Hello everybody and welcome to another video. It is time to choose our August TBR, which, you know what, doesn't feel crazy. I was gonna say it feels crazy, but it actually is going too slow for me. I love fall. I'm so ready for autumn to come. I'm sick of the heat. But in saying that, I am excited to get some summer reads in, hopefully. If you were here for the last TBR video, you know that this is looking a little more full than it was last month. I got really lucky and I have a huge book haul in my last travel vlog because we went away for a few days and the local library was having a book fair and we got to fill a bag for $25. So I got 11 books for $25. Actually more than that because Zach also got 5 books in that bag. So those are all on here. And I went to Winners and I found 2 Emily St. John Mandel books for $10 each. I read Sea of Tranquility last year. It was one of my favorite books of the year. I absolutely loved it. And then didn't pick up another book from that author because classic. So when I saw these at Winners, I had to buy them. So gonna have to fit those on the shelf. I was going to read them in order. Like, I think you should read Station 11 first just because it was published first. And I know that there's some intertwining. But I'm just gonna put them both on because I'm not really too concerned about that. It's not done yet. Because then I went to the thrift store and I found 5 more books, which have since been frozen and thawed again. Because I hear that's what you're supposed to do with used books. So I did it with the thrift store ones. One day, my sister was really trying to get me to watch the TV show and I said, maybe I should watch the movie first. And then I was like, oh, I should actually probably read the book first. So that was there. Hello, Beautiful. Normal People. Me Before You, which I have read, but it was buy 4, get 1 free. And this is the 5th book I found. And I didn't really see anything else I wanted. So I was like, I may as well get a book that I read from the library years ago for free. So I will put that on my bookshelf when I'm done this. And The Nightingale. So if you care, that was 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 books for $70. I need to do the math on that a second because that is crazy. That is less than $4 a book. Whoa. So I'm gonna fit these on my TBR cart a second, hopefully. Okay, that is a full cart. That is the fullest it has ever been. This is the most unread books I think I've ever owned. And on top of that, I did my monthly library browse. So these are also in play. So normally I pull a prompt and if it doesn't fit anything I have on the 2 shelves that are full on my cart, I'm like, oh, I can get a library book or maybe I'll buy something. I'm cutting that out this month. If I get something that doesn't fit anything that I have physically in front of me or downloaded already to my Kindle, I will put it back and choose a new prompt because it would be ridiculous to add to this. And I would still like to read 2 Kindle books every month just to kind of get through that. I haven't downloaded anything in a very long time on there, even if there's free ones that I think I would like to read because I'm being overwhelmed with options everywhere, clearly. It's a pretty good haul again from the library. There were like 2 more books that I wanted to grab, but I knew I probably wouldn't get to all of them. So this is just from walking through the stacks, picking things out that I have heard of, most of them, or thought looked interesting. So strongly suggest that everybody visits their local library if it's a possibility. Now, after all of that, let's finally get to this. I usually pick 8 prompts. I think I still will. The last video that I filmed and posted is Getting Out of a Reading Slump, which just ended for me, like filming that just a few days ago. So I'm still kind of feeling slumpy. I just started a book that I think I'm going to really enjoy, and I am planning on filming a 24-hour straight reading vlog next week. So with that in mind, I think I will still choose 8 prompts, hopefully get out of this slump. I do have a couple of reading vlog ideas I want to do, and if the books I choose don't fit, I think I'll still do it anyway. So I might not read all 8 this month, but I am still going to choose 8 prompts like I always do, I think. It's the magic number. So without further ado, finally, minutes later, let's choose our first prompt. A red cover. Okay, I like when it keeps it simple. Should I look through the library books first? They had Bride. They also had Mate, which I think is the second book, but I thought I should stick to one. It's not a red cover, but if I don't have a red cover, there is red on it, and I think the whole inside is a good option. Say You'll Remember Me is definitely more pink. Villette Is this red? It has red on it. Iron Gold? No, just the back cover is red. Just still a cover, or does that not count? I'll pull it out. Bone Season, red-ish. It's a different color red. It's more of a maroon, but that's definitely red. Or is that like a purpley? Oh no, I thought this would be easier. And what's the one I'm thinking of? Oh, Blood Over Brighthaven. That's definitely also red. This also has some red on it, but I think less than anything I've pulled already. So let's just choose from these. I'm gonna go ahead and say just red writing doesn't count as a red cover. I also think only a red back, not a spine or a front, doesn't count as a red cover. Villette, quite a bit of red. Don't really want to read a classic in August. I think I'd like to wait for the fall for that book. So put that back. Okay, Blood Over Brighthaven, which I think is a standalone fantasy, right? I have wanted to read this for a long time. It's one of those instances where I've put it off for so long that now I'm a little bit nervous to read it because I'm hyping it up so much in my head. So maybe I should just get to it. The Atlas Complex. It would be wonderful to finish a series. A series that I've enjoyed more than I expected, but I think that this is pretty lowly rated, but I think that the second book was too, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm not going to base my opinion on that too much, but also I can't decide if this is red or purple. If I put it beside red, it's not red, but maroon is red and it's kind of maroon. I don't think it's red enough. So I'm going to choose between The Bone Season and Blood Over Brighthaven. The Bone Season, I think, is the start to quite a long series. I don't know how many books are out yet, to be honest with you. Don't know if I'm ready to start a long fantasy series right now. But it has more red, if I'm basing it on that. Ugh. If I choose this one, will I read it or will I put it off and just put it right back on the cart after? I always try to read my full TBR if I can. I'd rather read Blood Over Brighthaven. So I'm going to choose Blood Over Brighthaven. This is going to be book number 1. Man, it took me way longer to make a decision on that than I expected, that's for sure. Let's choose book number 2. See a W. Was gifted to you. That's fun. Okay, I have some options here, I think. Because a couple of these Zach got me for Christmas months ago. And those are Somewhere Beyond the Sea and Shards of Glass. I was doing some research though, and I don't actually know if this is the first book I should read in this series. Let me just look that up a second. I think it's fine. I think there's a lot of spin-offs. So, Academia Chronicles number 1, Chronicles of Elantra number 17 and a half. What does that even mean? Chronicles of Elantra. I think it's fine. Somewhere Beyond the Sea is number 2 after The House in the Cerulean Sea. And then my sister gave me Tell Me Everything for Christmas, which is Minka Kelly's nonfiction book. Little memoir. Looking at these 3, the one that I would like to read the most is Shards of Glass. It's a duology based on what I just saw. I'm only doing it from this, the one where it's number 1, not the one where it's number 17, obviously. This is speaking to me the most. Oh, I'm gonna choose Shards of Glass by Michelle Segura. I don't really know much about this. He bought this for me for Christmas because I picked up a book from the library that I thought looked good, and then when I opened it I realized it was, I think, the second one in this series, or one of the spin-offs that everyone said you should read this one first. So I brought it back and I was like, oh dang it, it looked good. I really wish I could have read it. And then he bought me the first one, which I think was hard to find. At least when I looked, it was hard to find. The academia, once an elite proving ground for the rulers of the world, has been frozen for centuries. Now its strange slumber has ended, and a new chancellor, an orange-eyed dragon, has reopened its lecture halls and readied its dorms. In order to thrive once more, the academia needs fresh blood, new students with a passion and talent for learning. That sounds fun to me. I'm not going to read more, there's way more than that on the back, but I like to go into books relatively blind, especially ones like this that I have absolutely never seen anybody read. So that's going to be book 2. Wow, it's so fun having this much choice in front of me. This feels crazy. I think I should go on a no book buying until I'm back down to 2 shelves though. Okay, let's look at number 3. Published in October. Okay. Crap, I'm gonna have to go through all of the publishing dates. I will start with all of the library books, and actually Bride is very Halloween-y, I think, so it has the opportunity to be. How will I ever know? Goodreads? February. Not Halloween. August. February. October. I don't think I'm gonna keep looking because I should read this anyway. I'm gonna try to read all of the library books, so it's always good when they get chosen for this. Though when I pick them up off the shelves, that means they're not really in high demand and not floating around all of the patrons. So I usually have a pretty good chance of renewing them. Just saying, if I don't read any of these in August. I think actually most of these are due September 15th. I think they do like a 6-week window. So I am looking forward to reading this one. I was really excited when I saw that they had it. Again, I think I've only seen vlogs where maybe 2 people have read this, and it was a while back, so I don't remember what it's about. Oh, this is the author who wrote Stalking Jack the Ripper. I read the first book in that series and I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm just gonna go in knowing that. Maybe I'll just a second. Sinner, villain, wicked. The Prince of Envy has never claimed to be a saint, but when cryptic note arrives signaling the beginning of a deadly game, he knows it will take more than a hint of sin to win and save his falling demon court. Riddles, hexed objects, anonymous players. Is this like Phantasma? Great. I love that series. If this is anything like Phantasma with the writing of Stalking Jack the Ripper, I am really going to enjoy this book. So that will be the third one. Number 4. I have to like fill some more prompts in here. It's getting a bit empty. Pictures in the book. Ooh, pictures in the book. I'm gonna replace my battery a second. Okay, pictures in the book. I doubt there's gonna be too many. Pictures is crazy. Why the heck would I make that a prompt? Okay, memoir has a good chance, right? I'm gonna choose this one. Okay, pictures in the book. Tell me everything. I'm just like not even sure if anything else would at all have pictures in the book. I don't want to read this right now. You can kind of tell some, oh, Atlas will. I think that they usually have drawings of the characters. Yeah. These are like more artistic than the ones in the past books. Okay, so I have 2 options. The Atlas Complex, again, finishing a series, or Minka Kelly. I think all 3 of the ones I have on here are fantasy, so it would be good maybe to stay away from a fantasy, even though this is a little bit more academic as well. But I'm gonna choose Minka Kelly. I'm gonna choose Minka Kelly. Tell me everything. I really do like her a lot. I think I realized that I like her a lot from Friday Night Lights, the TV show. So I'm curious to see if she talks about that. She must, because I think it was kind of her big break. So I don't read a lot of memoirs, but when I do, I tend to enjoy them. So that's on the list. We're already halfway done. 4 more. On a previous TBR that you didn't read. Okay. Definitely not the top because those are all new. I have no idea if any of these will fit that prompt. Maybe a Kindle book would. I'm gonna grab my reading journal for this one. Okay. I have on May a few Kindle books that I didn't end up reading. The Usual Silence, Lightning in a Mason Jar, and The Moor Witch, and No Lie Lasts Forever. All on my Kindle, all were on a previous TBR. So I'm definitely choosing one of those 4. I was just gonna instinctively say The Moor Witch because it's fantasy, but maybe I should, like I said, take a step away from that for the rest of this if I can help it. The Usual Silence I feel like might be a thriller, so that could be fun. Lightning in a Mason Jar might be historical fiction? Nope, just literary fiction. Myrtle Beach, it seems quite summery. I think I'm gonna choose Lightning in a Mason Jar, which has over 4 stars average rating. I think I got that as a prime first read last summer. So, okay, I'm gonna choose Lightning in a Mason Jar. And that's number 5, a Kindle book. Good. Okay, prompt number 6. A proper noun in the title. People, Silka, Moscow, Josephine B, Lukov. Is Villette a name? I'm not gonna read it anyway. Calm down. Atlas is a name. Atlas is his last name. Asriel. And I'm guessing Babel. Yes, but no. I think it might be a nickname for a place at Oxford. Okay, I'm gonna put that back. I don't know which one to choose. I already know that I'm gonna struggle with this choice. Okay, from Luke Off with Love, I'm waiting until the winter for sure. Silka's Journey is a spin-off of The Tattooist of Auschwitz. I don't know if I'm feeling that right now. So I'm gonna put that back. The rest of these I am interested in reading, but again, don't know if I'm ready to start a new fantasy series right now. Would love to finish a fantasy series. As far as historical fiction goes, both seem like good options. Gentleman Moscow, I honestly, again, don't know too much about it, but I know that when it came out, super popular. My book club talked about reading it. We never ended up choosing it, but people love this book. Tumultuous Decades in Russian History. Now, this is about Napoleon Bonaparte's wife. It is an imagined version of her life based on letters and diary entries and things like that, which I've always wanted to read. But again, starts a series. I think that there are more books that come after this one. So I am gonna go with fantasy. I've almost chosen this multiple times. It is time to finish it. It is the third book in the Atlas series. I am actually very curious to see where this goes because the second book did end on quite a cliffhanger, which they also did with the first one. And then it didn't wrap it up fast enough in the second one for me. But obviously this is the final book, so I know that I will get some kind of closure from this book. And the second one was really good in the fact that it wasn't guilty of second book in a trilogy syndrome. It kept it interesting. New things were introduced, new characters were introduced. There was some good relationships being built that I am sure will come to a head in this third book. So I'm excited to add that to the list. Two more. Penultimate one, number 7. Published in 1994. Okay, here's the thing, I might have to put that back because very small chance. Maybe it's time for a reread. When was The Giver published? 1993. So close. Okay, I don't think anything on here is gonna be 1994. I would be so shocked. I think I'm just gonna put it back. Normally I would get something from the library, but like I said, I have enough books here and I don't think I have anything that old on my Kindle either. So choose a new number 7. Time travel. This one would have got chosen for that again. Time travel. I don't know. One day is not time travel, right? It's just the same date every year. Oh, high chance of it in these actually. Such vague synopses that I have no idea. But like based on Sea of Tranquility, which I think is supposed to kind of be the similar vibe as these books. I feel like there's intertwining in all 3 of them. I would say they should have time travel without giving too much away, but I can't be sure without looking it up and I really don't want to look it up. So I'm gonna put that back. Like, no, I don't know. To me, time travel is sci-fi. Highly fucking doubt it. I'm just gonna take another brief glance through my Kindle books and we might have to put this one back too. That is the second prompt that I'm putting back in a row. Sorry, I have nothing with time travel. Like I said, not buying anything new right now. Maybe that will be lucky number 7. A reread. What did I just say? I could reread The Giver. There was something else I was thinking of the other day though that I wanted to reread. Let me just look. Love to reread The Hunger Games. It's been a long time. Oh, you know what else I would love to reread? Is The Last Song. That's my favorite Nicholas Sparks book, but I only have the mass-produced paperback, so I'd actually prefer to replace that with something nicer to read before I redo it. Oh, and I've already been rereading Throne of Glass. So maybe I lied and I'm gonna get the Throne of Glass. I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna buy another book. It would be ridiculous to add to this. And that will be my reread, because I just reread Assassin's Blade. At least one book a month would be great, I think. So I think I'm gonna buy Throne of Glass for my reread for book number 7. I'm gonna save The Giver for the fall, and I'm gonna reread Throne of Glass. Decided. Okay, last prompt. Let's dig a little. Please be something that I have. Gotta get some of these off of here. The last book you added to want to read on Goodreads. Okay. It has to be one of the ones I bought, so it just depends which order I added them. That's fun. I'm gonna go based on the ones that I own, because actually I have added 2 more to want to read since I bought all of these. Not doing that. So the last book I added, Lindsay will be happy about this, is One Day So I will read this so that I can finally watch the movie and the TV show. And that's book number 8. I didn't realize it was written by a man, if I'm being honest. Over 20 years, snapshots of the relationship are revealed on the same day, July 15th of each year. I should have read this last week. It's July 22nd. That's the last book on this August TBR. Only one of the 5 library books on here is a little bit sad, but like I said, I can renew them. I might read outside of this list. We will see. I think I'm happy with this collection. It's a lot of fantasy, but that's all right. I usually read maybe about half of the books that I choose in reading vlogs, so if you're curious, some of these will probably be on the channel in the next few weeks. Thanks for coming and for choosing my August TBR along with me. Bye. Bye.